if I see one more infographic, one more, that says red means passion, blue means trust, yellow means happy, I might actually lose it. Because if color psychology was that simple, every brand would look the same. And yet, somehow, Coca-Cola and Netflix both use red, and it feels completely different. So what's actually going on here? Is color psychology fake? Is it manipulation? Is it cultural? Is it neuroscience? We're going deep today, and I owe you something. I started this color series, posted one video, and then I dropped it, which kind of feels illegal now because I know some of you are actually excited for it. So today we're going to cover the basics. So in the first video, we covered the basics, emotional associations, warm versus cool, all the surface level stuff of what designers actually use color theory for. And that foundation does matter. So after this video, go ahead and give that one a watch. But today, we are finally building on it. Because color emotion, it is not just a checklist. It is a system. Just to recap quickly, red equals passion or danger. Blue equals trust. Yellow equals happiness. Green equals nature. Purple equals royalty. Black equals luxury. And white, it equals purity. And none of that is wrong. It's just incomplete. And when we stop there, we flatten something that is actually incredibly complex. Color emotion is contextual, relational, cultural, historical, strategic. Designers who treat it like a Pinterest chart are missing the entire point. So what does red mean? It depends. Instead, think about it this way. Red on a stop sign, it equals danger. Where if you have red on a Valentine's Day card, it equals romance. If you use red in a luxury campaign, that equals seduction. And red on a clearance banner, that equals urgency. Red alone means nothing. And yet, red, when given context, means everything. Look at Target, for instance. Bold, approachable, mass appeal. Now look at YouTube, for instance. Attention-grabbing, urgent, digital. Same color family, different emotional architecture. Because color doesn't work alone, it works inside systems. And this isn't just theoretical. I just went through this with a client. Let's set the tone. The brand that I was working with, it was built around reflection, calm, stillness. The philosophy, it's structured around softness and restraint. Naturally, we want a color system that reflects that, right? Muted tones, quiet saturation, intentional, quiet. But someone funding the program wanted to introduce a very loud, vibrant, bright color. And on the surface, it sounds harmless. It's just a color, right? But a color is never just a color. In the first video, we did touch a little bit on how saturation actually affects emotional temperature, and high saturation introduces stimulation. It increases perceived energy. It pulls attention aggressively. So introducing a loud, energetic color, it goes entirely against the brand that I'm mentioning now. A brand purely built on calmness, it wouldn't just introduce personality. It would shift the whole emotional foundation. This is where you elevate. When you introduce a color that affects the whole emotional core of the brand, you're not just referencing it, you're fragmenting it. Brand systems are ecosystems. Every color that you introduce, it has a role. And emotional consistency, it builds trust in your audience. We had to explain. Protecting the muted color palette, it wasn't just about personal preference. It was about brand alignment. Let that sit. Warm colors increase stimulation, raise heart rate slightly, feels closer. Whereas cool colors, they do the opposite. They feel spacious. It's lower perceived energy. It creates a form of distance. And fun fact, your brain, it actually processes color faster than it processes language, which means for brands that the color, it sets the emotional tone before the audience even reads. This is pre-verbal influence, not manipulation, preconditioning. Designers are emotional set designers. So why do luxury brands lean towards beige, taupe, black, or cream? It is not because these colors are inherently expensive. It is because restraint signals control. Muted palettes, they reduce visual noise. It creates distance. It signals exclusivity. Mass brands shout and luxury it whispers. And whispering feels more powerful because it doesn't compete. So, why does every tech startup default to blue? Because blue equals trust. It kind of became the design gospel. But here's the issue. When everyone uses blue to signal trust, it stops differentiating. Color psychology changes with market saturation. And that is very important. If everyone follows the same emotional formula, then the formula, it loses power. Now, let's talk about pairing colors. Red and gold could signal opulence. Red and white, that could signal clarity. Red and black, it's very aggressive. Or red and pink, that could signal romance. It is the same base, but different emotional outcome. Emotion lives in relationships. Design is relational, not isolated. So let's talk about high saturation. It signals things like youthful, loud, accessible, whereas low saturation, it feels very mature, very calm, expensive, controlled. Designers who ignore saturation are emotionally tone deaf. Yes, say that. Because, for instance, that bright color in my client's brand, it wasn't necessarily bad. It was just something that was emotionally incompatible to the brand. And that's the difference. Okay, and the thing you must remember as a designer. Colors on a screen emit light. They feel electric. And in print, the colors absorb light. It could feel more grounded. The same hue, it behaves differently across mediums. Emotion, it shifts with format. Okay, let's talk about the dark side of color. Sometimes brands will intentionally use colors to create urgency in sales, influence bad food choices, intentionally guide your eye movement, and increase conversations. Is it manipulation or is it communication? We have to always remember that design shapes behavior. The ethical question is how you intentionally use it. In the end, we protected the muted color palette. Not because designers are stubborn. I mean, we are. But actually, we did it because of emotional integrity. Color isn't just decoration. It is alignment. It is coherence. It is psychological consistency. So yes, color psychology is very real, but not in the way that those viral charts tell you it is. It's not as simple as red equals angry. It is red in this context with this system at this saturation level for this audience equals something very specific. So if someone tells you just make it blue because blue is trustworthy, I want you to ask, trustworthy to who? But okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it took so long to make it. And that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more videos just like this because I do it every single week. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.